Hi guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Thanks for viewing. Today I've got a treat for you guys. I'm going to be making bulked pre-cooked lamb. So it's exact same method as cooking a massive lamb curry. I'm going to do about 20 kgs, which should feed 70 to 80 people. So it shows you industrial scale cooking. And a lot of people have asked me about industrial scale cooking. So yeah, this is the same method. This is the lamb we use in every curry we cook lamb. Obviously we've got to pre-cook it for it to be faster, and to make a basic lamb curry is exactly the same. So if you do want to make a massive lamb curry, just follow this. There's only two things that would differ. So the two things that would differ, you would add more onions and less water. That is absolutely it. So all right guys, so I've got about 5 onions, 2 green peppers. Again, if you were cooking a massive lamb curry, probably about 15 onions and about 5-6 green peppers. So you just got to cut them. They will sort of like melt in because it'll be cooking for a long time. I've got quite powerful cookers, so mine will probably take a lot less than yours, and I'm not sure if you'd be able to fit a pot this big on your cookers. So, you know, if you are doing a little bit less, or if you are using a big cooking pot on 4, say, burners or something, you know, you just sort of downscale accordingly, really. So yeah, so I'm just chopping them up finely. Again, like I said, they'll melt as long as they're not too big. You know, they're going to melt. Right, so we've got oil now. So we've added about 1.5 litres of oil. So you just heat up the oil as you normally would do. And then we put garlic and ginger paste. The oil should be hot enough for it to just melt in. And then you put your onions in. You give the garlic and ginger a little bit of time, but not too much time as it would burn. Then you stir. So as you can see, I'm using a metal spade because the spoons are too small and the depth of the pan is a lot. So you're going to need a lot of salt. I've got about 75 grams. Better to put less than more because you can always taste it. Once you've put too much salt, you can't go back. Now that would help caramelize the onions and peppers. Right, so we have fresh lamb coming in. We will cut the skin off. We will cut it in little chunks. So what we do to clean up the lamb, we boil it for about an hour. So we've got about 20 kgs of lamb. We'll boil it for an hour. That can then be frozen and then used when we need it. So it cuts down our cooking time for the pre-cooked lamb as well. And it also, the work is sort of divided. So then you add the water, 15 litres I've put here, and then so I'll put extra lamb because I want my lamb to be liquidy, because the whole point is to keep the lamb cooked, flavoured and soft. So when I do pre-cook. But for you, if you're gonna make a lamb curry, just put less water in. And then sort of 25-30 minutes, give it a stir so it doesn't sort of catch at the bottom. Now I'll put tomato paste. That will give you a nice colour. And then the yogurt. Yogurt won't actually do much to the flavour. What it would do is keep the lamb nice and tender and soft. So then we've got garam masala. So we put garam masala instead of bay leaves. And that garam masala is just a spice form of bay leaves and cardamom. So then we've got turmeric, 55 grams there. Put that in. Then we've got chili powder. Chili powder is not going to be hot. The reason why we put chili powder, just for the colour, make it nice. But 5 grams of chili powder and all that is not going to do anything to. So you've got 55 grams of curry powder. We just use one that says Madras curry powder. And then you've got coriander spice, 50 grams. And then you have 27 of cumin. So you want to be careful with cumin. We put half the amount because it is very strong, very overpowering. Right, so yeah, we just got my metal spade again. I'm just scraping the bottom so it doesn't catch at the bottom. Just once you go and scrape the bottom. Now I'm adding a bit more water because I want a bit more liquidy. Obviously through that time, you know, it's been about a good 50 minutes of cooking. Through that time, I want to make it more liquidy, but you won't have to. You want a nice thick sauce. So then it's done, and then we're just pouring it in. We'll let it cool down. and then we'll put it in our cold room. We've got a massive cold room fridge. So there's 20 kgs of lamb there. And that will then that will go into lamb korma, lamb boona, anything you can think of lamb would have that. So it's already flavoured, spiced. It's kept in this liquidy form, so it's nice and tender and soft. If we left it dry, it would just dry up and it'll be very tough. So yeah, we're just going to pour it out. As you can see, bulk amount there. We're pouring out 20 kilos of lamb. We've got to be careful not to overcook it because it will just break. So we just got to have that nice amount that it is cooked. To know it's cooked, you know, we put it on between 70 to 80 degrees, and we can touch the lamb. It will just be soft and it will sort of break off.